Now we will check about this one, how to do this one. I have made some arrangements for that one, how to see this one. We will see that today. And let me let me set this as sales relevant, and this also, let me set this as a sales relevant. So this is done. So now we will create a sales order. Okay, I'm creating this. Let's say 4 GB RAM and 100 GB hard disk, and say mouse and webcam. Okay, so I'm just downloading this. I'm getting this one, and if I go back to the sales order, okay, uh, okay, so this is coming up, RAM is coming up, and why not the this is how it should come, but why the mouse is not coming up? Let me quickly try to add that manually. um, uh, uh, 1 2 1 10. Okay, so the description is not fine there. Let's quickly do that. For that, so generally if the alternate description is not maintained, then because it is a German sales organization, right? So it will look for, okay, in the material master configuration setup, they might have made this as a mandatory selection. So that is why it is not coming up. So once you maintain the um, description, um, okay. So now slash and mouse and webcam. When I go back in the checking group, that is okay. Okay, so now if you see my all the items that are I have selected and all getting listed in the sales order. So now again, all are one quantity only. Let us see how the quantity behaves, or whether the quantity is appearing in the sales order or not. If you go here, uh, go here. I wanted to have some 10 mouse and some 22 webcam quantity. If I go to the sales order, I can see the same quantity over here. Okay, so this is the
Tom,
basic. Yes, yes.
uh, can you go a little slow because again there is some difference between the screen.
Okay,
Now I
okay, okay.
came to silver screen.
Fine, fine. Yeah, the whole intention is which was failing for the last two classes is this is the thing. Okay, even the whole intention of building your variant configuration is for this only to have the items that are relevant for your configuration that has to come in the sales order. It is anyway coming in the order bomb screen where we are where we are seeing it in the configurator screen. But here in the sales order, because these are all saleable item, for this one you have to present the price to your customers, so it was not appearing. um, I have done some changes. There are some configuration issue was there. So once I fixed this one, then these are all appearing. Mainly it is with the item category relevant configuration only. Item category relevant configuration. The bomb explosion was not allowed for this tan and all, but I made that applicable for that relevant item categories. So now it is appearing it in your sales order. So this is what the final objective. This is what the customer wanted to see. What is the bomb items that is or the saleable bomb items that is relevant for their sales order or their customer once the product has been built. Of course, again, you have the all the item has to appear over here. So in the super bomb, I have not added all the items because it is again the same concept only. I have to add all the items and I have to create all the selection conditions and put it over there. Maybe you have access. You can do it as an exercise. You can the all the items are already created. You can add the items and you can create the selection condition and add it, and you can test it basically. Okay,
Okay,
so
so
along with,
Ram,
yeah,
can you go to these sub items condition? How the condition look like?
no condition, the conditions will not come here. All the conditions run at the top level only. You will not see any conditions over here. The pricing is running at the top level. The pricing is running at
Okay,
the top level because that is how we maintain. I mean, if you wanted to do that, then again the pricing routine requirement has to be changed. If you want the individual pricing, if it has to run at the individual item level, then you have to maintain this condition record at that item level. Okay, so in the header level only all the conditions will appear over here. But again, that is a pricing customization. The concept wise, it works in this way only. If you want to have a pricing happen at the individual pricing level, then the routine in the pricing procedure you are assigning to this VA00, right, that has to be adjusted accordingly, so that and again, maintaining the condition record also, you have to maintain the relevant condition record under that material. Then it will happen at the item level. Then the total price will get collate and come as a net price.
okay.
And yeah, okay. Again, in this thing, there is one more concept called class nodes or 200 classes. See, for example, if you look at here in the in our item list, for one option we have or for one parameter we have some three or four options basically. For example, if you take the ram option, we have a ram parameter, we have some six options to be selected for this one. Okay, which means that you need to add six items in your super bomb. Okay, so it is nothing but adding some six items in the super bomb slash scs 03. If you go and see here, you have added.
Ram, I'm on Excel sheet. I can see your Excel
Yes,
sheet.
yes, yes. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I went to the bomb now. Can you see the bomb screen now?
Not sure. Yes, now I can see.
Yeah. So what I'm doing it is I am in my super bomb. I am adding all the option items. Okay, all the option items that are relevant for a particular parameter. So if here I have added the RAM parameter options. My RAM is having some six option items, so I am adding all the options over here, all the options in my super bomb. What if my parameter is having some hundreds of options? Okay, for example, if I have a option, if I have a parameter in my configurator, but that has hundreds of items to get selected, hundreds of options are there, so which means that 100 options I can select during my configurator. So that then in the bomb scenario I have to add 100 items, 100 different items in the sales bomb, in my super bomb. Also I have to add 100 different selection condition in my super bomb. Okay, so that is a pretty time consuming process, and even in terms of maintenance also it is very difficult. So there is a concept to handle that, to simplify this selection process, which is called as class nodes. Class nodes are nothing but a configured class. So the class type what we are using here for variant configuration is 300 class. I'm going to the class screen now. Okay, let me know once you see the class screen, display class screen. Is it class screen?
No, still no, no. Yes, now we can see display class.
Yes. Okay. So this is the class we have created for our configurable material. The type is 300. Okay. So as you know, as I have given in the curriculum, or as I have explained in the earlier classes, there are two types of classes that are relevant for variant configuration. One is class type 300. The other is class type 200. Okay. So class type 300 is a configurable class, and class type 200 is a configured class. Okay, so that configured class, or otherwise it is called as class nodes. If you hear the word class node in terms of variant configuration, that always refers to the class type 200. Okay, so the concept of class nodes is to handle the number of BOM items that are applicable for a single option, a single parameter. A single parameter, if a single parameter that comes in my configurator has some hundreds of options, then I may have to maintain the hundreds of material for that hundreds of option. Then I may have to maintain hundreds of selection condition for that hundreds of option that is included in the super bomb. So to handle this complexity, we can use the class node to make it, simplify it. So how to make it? So let us take our operating system example, operating system option parameter here. You're seeing my Excel sheet now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So let us take the operating system parameter, which is having some five options. Five options is not a big thing, but to explain the concept, I'm taking the operating system parameter. So I'm going to create a class node for operating system parameter, wherein what I will do it is, I will use that class node in my a single class node in my BOM, and I will see that is getting resolved as a relevant operating system material, or relevant operating system CD, or whatever it is, operating system material at the time of configuration. So let me take the operating system parameter as an example to explain the configured class or class node concept. So for that one, I have to create a 200 class. I'm going to create a 200 class. So I'm going to the transaction code CL01. You're seeing the create class screen.
I can see the transit. Yes, now I can see the create class screen.
Okay. So what I'm going to do it is I'm going to create WM um, OS operating system. Okay, operating system class 200, and The class type is going to be 200 and hit enter. See configurable objects. So I will tell OS class 200 node. Okay. So then I will go to the characteristics page. I will add the operating system characteristics and which will have the relevant 5 allowed values for it. Okay, is it 5 material I have created? Yes. Okay, so the five values that are relevant for this one is there. The important setting is going to the additional data. Sorry, no, sorry. The important setting is go to the class page uh, in the create class screen. Go to the additional data and you click this one allowed in bombs. Okay, because if you do that, then only it will be
Uh, and additional
in
data
the
and
create
then allowed
and
in
then
BOMs. Okay.
allowed in bombs. Okay, so now this and all you don't have to maintain, but still that is fine. Okay, the resultant item category also don't have to maintain, but again if you can maintain, that is fine. Okay, because this is nothing but how the item has to come in your sales order, or how the item, if you maintain that item in a bomb, generally it is a stock item, the L will be maintained here. It is absolutely not necessary to maintain over here, but if you face any issues where the material is not getting resolved, then you can try adding this one. I have not seen any issues, because the thing will be getting all the thing will be getting taken care in your material master records itself. So it is not necessary to set this one, but if you are facing any issues, just you try come here and try to maintain it and see whether the issue is getting resolved or not. So now that I have created the 200 class material and I'm saving it. Okay, so now the next what I have to do it is I have to go to the transaction code CL24N. Okay, you are seeing the assigned object to class screen.
Yes, now I can see.
Yeah, you have to enter this class and hit enter. Okay, and go to new assignments, click material. Okay, you see the screen. I have selected the material assignment. I clicked the new assignment and this pop-up came, and wherein I have selected material. You see that I have selected material in the screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now give okay. Okay, so now let us assign the material one by one. I'm taking a Windows material from the Excel sheet. I'm putting it over here and hitting enter. Okay, so when I hit enter, oops. Ah, why am I not seeing the characteristics here? Odd. Okay, so after I entered the material here, ah, I should able to see the screen characteristic screen here. Oh God, 1 minute. Huh? I'm not seeing anything here. What's characteristics? Oh, please. Slash here. Hmm.
You release this characteristic.
I think class I have released it. No, but this one, right? It's released only. I should be able to see this characteristics in there. Okay, when I am assigning this, I released this only. There is no, yeah, display allowed values only. Ah, I understand this. Okay, so this is having dependencies. So I need to take the dependencies. Okay, quickly let me take the dependencies out. Okay, it's it is having the dependency at the this also. We'll take that out first.
So in order to
Slash.
use class type 200, there should be no dependency.
The dependencies can be there, but if it is having the dependent if it is having the preconditions and all, then because generally the preconditions is having the relevance between two characteristics, right? So the problem here it is, you have assigned a dependency sorry, you have assigned a dependency at the value of the characteristics to control the display of it. Okay, so what you have done it is, you have assigned this dependency to this value, wherein you all will appear only if you select, if you specify the brand. Okay, so
Okay.
in that case, again, this class should have a brand characteristics also to make it visible. Okay, I have to select the brand and I have to do this one and all. But to explain this concept, I don't think these preconditions are not required. But even when you are creating a class node also, it is always good that if you are using a characteristics that is not having that is not having a preconditions with it, or else what I have to do it is, um, okay, I will explain you. If you are having a precondition that you are not able to use it, what you have to do, I will explain you first. Okay, but let me take the preconditions out and I'll tell you in what way it is making the difference. Let me take the preconditions out from it, then I will tell what are the things it is uh, if you have to use the preconditions, or if you're not able to use the characteristic that is not having a preconditions, what you have to do, I will explain you
Sure.
first. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to the class assignment transaction code. Going for new assignment, I'm selecting material, And now I'm first assigning the Windows material. So now I'm seeing this here. Okay. So when I assign the material, Windows material, I will select the value Windows here. Okay. Then again, I'm going to Excel sheet and taking the Linux material and putting here and enter. So when I put Linux, then again the new display of value will come. For that one, I will select Linux here. Then again, I am doing the same thing for the
Can
Red
you
Hat.
again do this? Because
Yeah, I'm doing this one. I'm doing that for the Red Hat item, the third item. I'm putting the third item here and hitting enter. Then again, the new display of the characteristic
no, it
value,
is not.
value will be there.
Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, in that one, you have to select Red Hat. The which item you are
Okay,
putting, that relevant value you have to select here.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Then again, Windows Server item I'm taking. Again, there is a standard LSMW is there for it, because to assign the material and select the relevant value from the characteristics, it is very tedious job if it is having some 200 or 300 values in it. So there is a standard LSMW program is there, or if you tell this thing to your ABAPer, he will identify that and he will customize the LSMW program to you and give it to you. All you have to do it is you have to prepare an Excel sheet wherein you have to give the characteristics values and the material to be assigned to it. Then well, in a single upload of that Excel sheet, this assignment in the class node will happen. So it is applicable for, so Windows Server, I have selected the Windows Server option. Then iOS I have selected and hit enter. Then I have selected the iOS option. So now if you check, if you double click that Linux material, you can see the Linux option is selected. For the Windows Server, if you select, the Windows is selected. iOS, if you select this one, then you just save this one. You have saved this. Just to check that one, you go in a display mode. Ah, okay. So now you can check it out. For iOS, this is selected. Okay. So now what you have to do it is you have to assign this item in your, okay, in your super bomb. So I'm going to the super bomb now, slash and cs 02. Okay. L, sorry, this is a class item. So you have to select the item category as class item K. Okay. Now then quantity one. So
Sorry.
here in the class, if you go here in the class, and resultant item category is L and 200. Okay. And quantity is 1. So you have to, if you want to add a class, you have to go to the class tab here and you have to add this. Okay. So now I have added the class. You're hearing me? You're following me now? What I'm doing?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So I have added the class that has been created over here, and I'm just saving this. Okay. So now I have to create a selection condition to select this item. What I will do it is I will say WCC OS selection condition. OS condition. I will just say, dollar root dot wm dot os specified, because If you specify that, you just select this class node. Okay, what value you are specifying, that handle will take care the assignment that is inside the classes. Okay, so I'm just saying $root OS specified. When the operating system is specified, you just pick it up. I'm saving this. Now I'm going to the BOM screen. BOM screen to assign that selection condition. You're seeing the BOM screen now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just selecting the selection, the class node, and assigning this selection condition here. And I'm saving this one. Okay, I'm saving the entire BOM now. Now we will go to sales order and see how it behaves there. Just selecting this, selecting this. Okay, 4 GB RAM I selected, and operating system. Oh, I think yes, Windows I have selected. Now let me break that. You see here that window item got selected over here. Okay, so again, for example, if you're not if you're not selecting any, sorry. Okay, we'll come here. Okay, uh, item overview. Up top. Okay, I think the material information has to be the same information has to be maintained over here for that also. But before to that, let's see if I'm not selecting any value for Windows and try to get the order bomb. Okay, I will not get anything over here. Okay, the class also will not appear over here. But when I select when I select this Apple and I try to get the bomb, the Apple the Apple relevant iOS item is coming over here. Okay, it is not appearing in the sales order because the same definition might have not been available for that. So let me quickly maintain the uh, descriptions for not for all the items, maybe for Windows and uh, the okay, so let us just quickly check. You're seeing the sales order screen now. I maintained the German description, which was the reason or which might have been the reason that the operating system item was not appearing in the sales order. Okay, now Windows and RAM. Now I'm going back. Okay, what could be the reason? Okay, let me check it in the BOM quickly. Um, I know what it is. Okay, you have to go to this item and say this is sales relevant. Okay, sales relevant and save this. Now let us check it in the sales order. Sorry. Sony, Windows, 4 GB RAM. Okay. Now if I go back, yeah, here we go. So now all my item are all coming here. This the operating system item, the class is getting resolved as an item and it is coming over here. So just to summarize that, this class node will be very, very useful if you have some hundreds of options for a single parameter, and all the hundreds of option has to be maintained in your super bomb. So imagine I'm going to the bomb screen now. I'm going to the bomb screen now. Imagine you have a parameter that is having 200 option, and all the 200 option has to be maintained as material like this. So for RAM parameter we have six options, and so I have maintained six different materials here. For example, if in a in a complex business scenario, if I have a parameter that is having some hundreds of options to be selected, then I have to maintain 100 different materials over here. Not only that, I have to maintain 100 different dependencies. I have to create 100 different object dependencies. Of course, I will be having a LSMW to make it simple, but this is a way simple and a very effective way in terms of maintenance. All you have to do it is, you have to, if you wanted to add a new material, you have to go to this class and do the assignment by selecting the relevant values. So those hundreds of material can be replaced with the single class node in the BOM. So what I'm doing this one, I'm creating a class. I'm creating a class, and under that class, I'm using the same characteristics that is coming in the top laptop item also. Okay, so again, to answer the question, what if I use a different characteristics? For example, if I use a different characteristics, okay, WM equal to OS underscore 200. Okay, uh, I mean, I may have a situation that I should not be I should not be deleting the preconditions that are there in this the original characteristics. The original operating system characteristics, I was having lot of preconditions, so I don't want to delete all those preconditions. So what if I don't want to delete the preconditions, and but I want to use the values of the characteristics? Then you have to create a new characteristics and use all the same values from the original characteristics in this class node. Then when you are assigning that into the BOM, you have to write a procedure. You have to write a procedure. In that procedure, you have to say dollar self dollar self OS equal to Windows 10 if dollar root OS equal to Windows 10. That kind of value setting you have to add if you're using a different characteristic. But if you're using the same characteristics, the system itself will pick the right material for you, and you don't have to pass the value from the top level to the bottom level. If you are using the own characteristic, the system understands, or the internal code understand the item to be picked and all. But if you are using a different characteristics for reason that you don't want to change something in the original characteristics, as we have done for a precondition, then you can use the no, different characteristics. But the only thing it is, you have to write a procedure and assign it at the BOM level, like the way we have assigned the quantity procedure, right? So you have to create a procedure to set the value and assign it at this level. Maybe here you have to level, value passing, OS value passing from root to self level. In that, inside dollar dollar root, so sorry, dollar self OS underscore 200 equal to Windows if dollar root OS equal to Windows. Then 6 lines of code you have to write in that procedure and assign it over here. Then what it will do it is, when you select the value at the top level, it passes the value to the child level and pick the item accordingly. But if you are using the same characteristics, it is not needed. Understood about this class 200 concept? Many people will not be
Yes.
knowing this one. It is very effective thing. Many people will not be knowing that one. It is, if you are having
So
multiple options, and if you're having difficulty in maintaining number of generally, I use class node if the options if the options are more than 20 or 25 values. If it is less than 10, that is fine. Okay, you can use that material and all. Okay, but normally I have faced scenarios wherein some 200 300 items will be there for a single parameter. For that until I will use 200 class node.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so this completes the BOM and other things and all. Let me quickly go through the routing part of it. See, routing part generally comes with the work centers and all. For example, slash, and I have created a routing BOM for it, and I'll tell you what it is. Okay, so what I have generally this work center will be created by finance people, like because that is the one the finance people are the one who is calculating the cost and all. So here they will create a work center wherein what are all the operations happening at the plant workshop. When you are assembling that, how many labors will be involved in it? How much of time it is taking for that, and all these things and all. But as a master data limitation, I was just trying to create this one. With the basic settings, I have just created this one, because you need a finance guy's expertise to create this completely, by putting the labor efforts, the time calculation, all these things will be there in the for example, if you go here, I've just created this as CR03 is the work center transaction code. If you go here, in this, I just create this Sony laptop assembly center, and it will have all the calculation relevant things in this one. These and all, these, it will have a lot of finance related thing, wherein your labor cost, timing, and all these things will be captured over here. Like based on every if you are having a SAP implemented routing in your in your factory or in your business, each and every activity that is happening in the plant will have a work center. Okay, or those effort will be very clearly captured in the work center, and based on that only many things will be calculated, like, such as the labor cost calculation, the plant efficiency, availability of the work center for the orders. The marketing team or the sales team will book complete orders and everything on that, but who will estimate the capacity of a plant to fulfill those orders? All these things will come from your work centers only. So those things and all will be created, and that will be assigned to your that particular KMAT level. And when you're creating an order, when you're creating an order, um, when you're creating an order, then the value you are selecting in the configuration will get selected accordingly over here. Okay, it will be directly linked with your super bomb. And when you're creating the order, and for example, if you select 4 GB RAM, that the order relevant routing bomb will have only the 4 GB RAM item here. And if you select this one, what are the components that are relevant for the particular order, that has to be routed through this bomb. See, for example, if you see here, I have created one order. Okay, so before to that, let me tell you how to create the routing bomb. Again, it is not your job. It is completely a PP guy's job to define and create the routing bomb and all. But how it is behaving for your KMAT, but that you should know generally, because you are the one who is defining this bomb. Because why it is important for you to know the routing? Because the bomb you are creating for your KMAT will get directly linked with this routing. If the PP guy is creating a bomb for this routing bomb for this one, your super bomb will be get called for this one. And from that super bomb, the relevant item what you're selecting in the configuration will get selected as will get selected with reference to the order. Then accordingly it will move through the work centers to get it completed as a finished good for that. You understand the concept of routing? Any questions here?
No, 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 it's okay for me.
Okay. Okay. So routing creation here, your PP guy will define all these things. For this one, he will go to the routing, and he will say what are the operations involved in. Again, there are operation creations will be there. What are the operations involved in creating this one? Okay, what are the sequence that is creating one? And if he will create, uh, uh, like. Like hard drive assembly, operating system installation, all these work centers he will create. Under this one, he will allocate the component of this one, of component from your bomb. I was trying to do that one, but for some reason, it was not picking relevant for the order I am creating. But I don't know what is the reason. There could be multiple configuration related issues or might be there. But from our variant configuration side, all is fine because we have assigned the relevant object dependency in your super bomb. The same thing will work here also. Okay, and I'm not able to see the object dependency column here as we are seeing in the bomb. That has to be there. Maybe for that reason only. So the object dependency column should appear here. I don't know for what reason it is not appearing here. But the how the super bomb, from the super bomb, the order relevant items are getting picked up. In the same way, routing in the routing bomb also, the order relevant item will get picked up. And if that is allocated to that particular operations, then the routing, the entire routing calculations will be done for it. The complete labor cost and the operational cost, operational timing, everything will be calculated for it, and accordingly the planning will be done for it. Okay, based on that only your logistical time commitments will be given to the persons. But generally, just as an information, you should know about these things and all. And if the item is not getting picked up for the relevant operation, the PP guy will come and ask you this, for this item, I have selected RAM in my configurator, but the same component is not appearing in my operation routing. Then first thing it is, you have to go and check it in your super bomb only, whether the right object dependencies assigned it over here or not. Clear? Because the routing part, it is just an informational purpose. I thought of showing you with relevant to a particular order, uh, how it will come like it is. If you like the way we have seen in our order bomb, right? Or in a sales order, right? If I select a 4 GB RAM, the 4 GB relevant item got picked up. In the same way, if you go to the routing screen, and if you enter your sales order here, I have created the sales order and I'm trying to check that, but I'm getting this message. Okay, I don't know why this is coming, but ideally, when I go there, how it will come like this? How it come is, in the routing part, if I click this one and go to component allocation, what are all the items you see in the sales order, all will appear here. Okay, but here the object dependency wise, this it is not getting picked up, or it is not linking to the sales order itself. Okay, but that might be because of maybe I need a PP expert to define something over there here. But as a concept, you will see the component allocation here, like the way you are seeing it in your sales order. Okay, and as a VC consultant, you will be responsible if the item is not coming in the relevant component allocation as per your configuration. Then you have to look into your super bomb to look into the super bomb and adjust the object dependencies accordingly. Clear?
Yes,
Okay,
so
Yes.
we
right. Okay, I think with this one, I think I have covered everything about this one. Uh, so tomorrow we will, or if we have time now, we can discuss about the questions that you are having, all these things and all. But with this one, what are the content we have committed in the curriculum, it got finished basically. Any other question or any other thing you are looking for, from this time onwards? Maybe tomorrow also we can have a 2 hour session to discuss all your questions, project related doubts, or if you have any doubts in this one, that you can that we can discuss.
can you go to the curriculum page what you have in MS Word
Okay.
format?
Yeah,
So
one, oh,
just
yeah, okay. It's one, no, no, one more thing it is. Uh, one more thing. Okay, before to that, yeah, it is come to one more thing. It is the knowledge base creations. Okay, knowledge base creation. That is what the advanced thing will come. This one. Let us quickly see the knowledge base creations. Okay, slash n. Uh, okay, before to that, I have made adjustment in the configuration profile for our BOM. I will adjust this. It's a knowledge based BOM only. Okay. So generally, if you are seeing MS Paint, MS Paint in my this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so generally, how the variant configuration works over here, it is you have a configurator here, and you have all the VC database. I'll say okay, like I'll say this is CU50 screen, and this is VC knowledge base. Okay, and the entire thing is in SAP. Okay, so this is the this is the standard variant configuration works. This is the way the standard variant configuration works basically. So what you call what is the advanced variant configuration? It is nothing but the term is advanced variant configuration, but all the other things remain same. Okay, one except moving this knowledge base, moving this VC knowledge base outside SAP and using it for the external configurator. See here, my configurator, CU50 configurator, and the VC knowledge base is inside the SAP only. Okay, but if I'm taking the if I'm taking all this out, I may be having a I might be having a web-based UI or cloud-based UI. Okay, which is nothing but configurators. Okay, and so this thing will have this product configurator will have all your characteristics information, like here what like the way we have seen the RAM, the hard drive, the operating system, and everything will be there in that one. Okay, so but when I'm selecting this RAM, this HDD, this hard drive should not be visible, and if I select this brand, this operating system should not be visible. So those rules and all will be running externally. Okay, which is nothing but a cloud cloud server or an external server, external SQL server. Generally, if it is a cloud server, it is a micro server. Okay, so now the the connection will be established between these two. Online connections will be established between these two. Sorry. Okay, so you will do the configuration here, the information will go here, and the relevant rules will run, and accordingly it will get changed over here. So this is the advanced variant configuration. And if you see and this generally the knowledge base, the configuration rules and everything will be clubbed together and put it in the external server, and a web-based UI will be developed by the UI Java specialist or Python specialist or .NET specialist. So they will be developing the user interface in the own language that could be integrated with the cloud server or an SQL server. Okay, so for these things you need to develop all these things and supply the database to them. So how will you supply the database to them? So for that only we will create a knowledge base first. The transaction code to create the knowledge base is when somebody says advanced variant configuration, 90% of the thing or 95% of the thing they have to know they have to work on VC only, whatever we have seen so far. The balance 5 to 10%, you know, relates comes with how you are integrating, how you are creating the or clubbing all this knowledge base into a pack, taking it out, and how you are uploading that into the server, and how you are integrating that with the UI. These things will be the will comprise the some, you know, for 5 to 10% of your work. And again, you don't have to be expertise on these things and all. Only the only the integration aspect you may have to support the relevant specialist. The server specialist will be there, UI specialist will be there. You have to work with them and you have to integrate that thing. So first, how you are clubbing that thing. So for
What
that
will
one,
be the Ram, what will be the benefit of using this advanced base? Yani, what is the benefit if I am taking it out and using in a separate server? And
yeah, I mean, if you're if it is an SAP, you cannot give this to everyone, right? How see, for example, you are building a you are building laptop, you are having a laptop factory in Saudi Arabia, and if you wanted to if you wanted to allow the customers worldwide to configure a laptop, how will you do that? If you go to say, well, okay, that's a good question that you have asked. Let me I always fascinated about this thing. I always wanted to. I have done a similar thing to a pump manufacturer in my previous company. If you go to John Deere website, okay, I'm just selecting the tractor. I want to buy the tractor from John Deere. Say, okay, front end loaders. If I want to bring, so this is how you know they have listed their products in this. So see they are having the options like this to select it. Which model I so this is the model I'm going to select. This is the model I wanted to buy. Then if I go there, you see here the front end. Okay, so build your own is there. If I build this,
got 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 this concept now.
you understand this now, right?
Yeah.
So
So
I will
yes,
put all this in. You might have configured your, I mean, if you go to a Dell website or, Sony laptop website, you will have the similar kind of options over here. Okay, so you will select all the all the configuration related. These are all the characteristics basically. Okay, if you go to the options, see the base mission is this one, and in this one you can select all these things. What you what is the language of your operator manual, from which state you are from which country you are doing this configuration, what are the things you need. So it is very similar to the say the warranty part is also there. See, it is very similar to the configuration concept what we have seen here. Only thing it is not inside SAP, but it is outside SAP, and I put it in the put those intelligence in the cloud server. And this web-based UI is built by a UI specialist. The web developers will develop this one, and I have to help them to integrate this thing. If you are creating a, if you're, see for example, destination characteristics, I will be having the values as Canada and US. So the same thing, I have to help them. I have to sit with the UI developer and say the destination characteristic should have these two values, and again I will map this destination this feature with my characteristics. Okay, these are the integration part. So but for that one, I have to club all the development that I have done in SAP as a package, and I have to take that out from SAP, right? So how I am going to do that one? So that is what, we are calling it as knowledge base creation. So for that one, the transaction code is CU34. Oh, sorry, CU30, CU31. CU31, generally the knowledge base object will be in the name of your KMAT, or you can create any name. Um, but generally it will be there with the name of your uh, KMAT only. I'm just putting it as this thing. And if you go to profiles, it will ask for a KB profile creation. There again, that is also will be given as a name of your KMAT. But these are all again the naming conventions. You click enter, it will ask for the material wherein you have to give your material. Okay, that's it. Now, once you call this material, it will pull all the information relevant to this material and create it as a knowledge base, and you can save this over here. Okay, let us quickly display that. CU33. See here the configuration. So this material is been linked with this knowledge base now. Now, this KMAT will have a class information. This KMAT will have a configuration profile information, which will have all your VC relevant data. Which will have all your VC relevant data. See, for this is the KMAT which is assigned with your 300 class, and this is the KMAT which has your configuration profile. From the class, it can pull all the characteristic information and the preconditions and selection condition information that are assigned with the characteristics. And again, this will pull the configuration profile information, wherein you will have all your procedures, all your variant tables, everything will be there inside the configuration profile. So it will link all those things in a table wise, in a database table wise. It will be linked with all those things again. So now I will be creating a runtime version for this one to pack this thing, and I will create a runtime version for this one. U34 is the transaction code to create the runtime version. So generally, 01.01. We normally have a date. Okay, I will also follow the same thing. Today is 04 20 20 21 underscore 1. First version I am creating. Okay, and this is please. And this is for which plant you are creating it, and the BOM application that you have mentioned in the configuration profile. So just to have a quick look on that, let me go to the configuration profile. Okay, so the BOM application, what I mentioned here, the configuration profile has to be maintained, because then only it will be pull the relevant procedures and all the information that are used it here in this one. All this information has to come. All this that is there in the that is there in your constraint nets, and that is there in your procedures. All these things will be pulled based on this BOM application, and also with the material which you have entered over here. Okay, and the status will be released. Hit enter, and you see here, if you click this one, generate and save, then you can see here that the generation will happen over here. Okay, so now that I have created a runtime version for it, then you have to download that runtime version by going to the transaction code CU36. Okay, so I have entered the KB name and I have entered the version name, and if I click this one, download, it'll go for a generally as an automated thing. The DB specialist, the server specialist will integrate this complete thing with SAP. You don't have to download it in an external place and upload it. Actually, they will give all the server information, the database link will be given over here, the user ID and password will be given over here, what is the driver, all those database relevant things will be given over here. And once you download that, it will not automatically go there. Okay, but how the package looks like, we can see it over here. Basically, I'll just show you how that looks like. Ah, say I need a path, man. Okay. Okay. So let me give this path. Okay. I've given this path here and click OK. Okay. So the complete database is downloaded to the path here. Okay, sorry, it got downloaded here. BCKB database, it got downloaded here. If you go here, go to that file, you can see the complete data that you have developed. So if you just these all might be the relevant to the variant table and all these things and all. If you go to the dependency, okay, variant table. I mean, to relevant to some table structure, it will be developed. See, these are all the information of your dependencies. But the database people will understand this one. But this is the pack of whatever you have developed. This pack only, okay, I think you can see a table also here, the table information, all these things are this pack will be utilized by the database guys, and they will upload the entire content. They will be, by seeing this one, they will know what all the table, what all the structure has to be there. See, all are SQL files, files are there. So with this one, they will design the table structure, and this entire content will be moved to the server. Then after that, the UI guy will develop the user interface and integrate the both to have a a web-based or cloud-based configurator like this one. I built some 3 or 4 configurator like this. I have worked with a centrifugal company, and wherein they have built up this one. I can show that also. Um, whether it is there or not, I'm not sure. Mm, okay. So for this company and Danfoss, I have built the configurator. It is not there. It was like 2 or 3 years back only. Anyway, I think it is not that I. But you need a separate privilege link to have that and all. But it is okay. Brand. Okay, products. 1 minute. I build centrifugal pumps for this, guys. No, yeah, this one. Shall I configure that? I think the configurator, no, it is not included here. Okay, so it is a very similar to this only, very similar to what you have seen for John Deere. Again, all the parameters that are relevant for building a centrifugal pump will come here. You select all these values, and if you confirm this one, you will get a quote. You will get a quotation. See, you can see a request quotation also, right? Once you select all these values, how this pricing and all runs here. See, for example, if I select this one, there is a pricing I'm seeing for this. Again, it is same like your variant pricing only. All the variant pricing concept, everything go to the database and pull this information. Okay, paste it over here. So this is the need of advanced variant configuration. Okay, basically when you do that, and again there are many consideration to do this one. Okay, sometimes the variant tables will not get completely get uploaded in the, see, the pricing is also coming over here. As a you select some values, you will change the price that is getting selected over here. So yeah, this is the basic of the basics of advanced variant configuration, and this is how it built. If someone says this one, advanced variant configuration and all, it is this only. Okay, 95% of the work that you are doing is from the standard variant configuration activities, and the remaining percentage, it is you club this into a knowledge base, create the runtime version and put it in the server. Then you need to work with server people and UI people to integrate these things. Okay, so you understand this concept now? Okay, so I can come to the course.
I'm having the VC course content here. VC documentation, it is there. Uh, okay. Okay, so if you see here, I think almost I have covered all these things. Again, as I told in the earlier stages, I will not cover it sequentially, but just for the ease of understanding, I will jumble this one. But all the things are covered over here. Nothing is left. But again, if you do the this one advanced variant configuration, these are all things I will be covering that. Normally I reserve 2 to 3 hour session to answer your project specific questions. So generally whatever we have seen, it is as a concept I'm explaining. I'm taking one general example and I explaining all the concepts that are involved in variant configuration. But you may be having some specific questions that are relevant to the project. That and all, I can answer. We can have one exclusive session for this, and I can answer all the things that are relevant for it. And of course, I mean, for project support and all these things and all, when you're working in a project, you can call me at any time. You can just leave a message. Maybe I will try to give the answer in the message itself. That will be more than enough for you to do that one. But if you still have a trouble in understanding this one, again, we can catch up for some time, for say for half an hour or 1 hour session, and get it clarified. I'm always open to that kind of thing.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow,
Um,
tomorrow we can have. I mean, you can just come up with the. I mean, that day you have asked some questions in the material master things and all. We will discuss all those things. Material master. Again, if there are anything relevant to the sales order item category, pricing, all these things we can discuss. Just have a. You might be having a what you're going to do in variant configuration by this time. Just list all the information, then we will discuss all those things.